I wouldn't do it.
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 Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it either.
I wouldn't do it.
I'd never do it.
Don't mess with Texas.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Atlas Survival Shelters. I love it when you guys come back to my channel and check out my videos because they seem to get funner and funner, and I seem to be getting more and more cool stuff in. I wish I could show you guys all the freaking stuff I got in this room now. I'm telling you what, I'm like going crazy on getting everything for when the SHTF. But today's video is going to be about 20 great reasons you want to live in Texas before SHTF. My last video was actually top 15 reasons you don't want to F with Texas. Those 15 reasons why you don't want to F with Texas was freedom, flag, fuel, farmers, firearms, refineries, fish, families, beer, freeways, freight, fur, funner, fighters, and feral pigs, if you remember that. If you didn't see that video, go back and see it. Okay, but today, we're going to talk about the 20 great reasons you want to live in Texas before shit hits the fan. Number one, food. Oh, God, when I go to Texas or when I'm home, I'm not out of this miserable California where I've been stuck for a little while. The food is everywhere. You've got Taco Cabana, you got Whataburger, you got Dairy Queens in every little town, you got Mexican restaurants, you got fish, you got every kind of food you can think of, guys. So if you like to eat, which we all do, you want to be in Texas. So food is great there and it's affordable. Number two reason, fair weather, guys. Okay, let's think about it. The world ends, there's no power. You want to be up north where it's cold and you're freezing. You got to cut firewood every day. I have not even worn a coat this winter in Texas. It hasn't been cold enough where I'm at down in South Texas. I'm in the area around called Victoria. It's south of Houston. It's in between Corpus and Houston. That's where our ranch is. That's where I live. And that's where my bunker's at. But it just doesn't get cold anymore. You know, I don't know if it's this warming effect or whatever, but I mean, I don't wear a coat anymore when I have to go hunting. I can wear a t-shirt like this. So fair weather in Texas, guys. Now I know what you're thinking. It gets hotter than hell in the summer, and that's true. Okay, but we can all survive through the heat, but we can't survive through the winter. So the number three reason you want to be in Texas, fresh water. We got fresh water everywhere. You drill a hole in Texas, you're going to hit water in most places. So if you're a prepper and you put in a bunker somewhere, if you got a ranch, you drill a hole, you're going to hit fresh water and you can have a freshwater well. That's why you see windmills everywhere in Texas. They're pumping up and down, and they got fresh water come out for their cattle. Okay, and that's another thing, guys. We got a lot of cattle in Texas, so we're going to be very self-sufficient. Number four, which is my favorite, Friday nights. In my small town of Port Lavaca, Texas, we have the Fighting Sand Crabs. And I'll tell you what, everybody in town goes to the football game. There's 12,000 people in town, and our stadium holds 9,000 people, and they fill it up. I'm telling you, Friday night football in Texas is great because we have bands, we have drill teams, we have it all. I mean, it's great. So I don't know if you guys have the same thing in your states, but you know what? I've gone to some of the football games here in California when I'm visiting, and they don't have bands that march. They don't have the drill teams. I mean, it's just football, and instead of being like a 20, 30-minute halftime where they have this stuff, they go over for 10 minutes, have a halftime, and then they start the game over again. It's like, that's it? There's no entertainment? It was horrible, okay? They have good football players, but they have horrible halftimes in California, but Texas is where it's at. The number five reason, and this is another one of my favorites, fajitas. Oh, God. You know what fajitas is? Cooked properly. It's not that stuff you get at Chili's in California. It's just some steak cut, and they call it fajitas. We have real beef skirt that's marinated in Worcestershire sauce. And when, oh my God, my brother, ooh, God, can he cook. I mean, this fajita will melt in your mouth. You put it in a flour tortilla, and oh my God, It is so good. So until you get to Texas and have real Texas fajitas at a personal barbecue, you haven't eaten, guys. I promise you, it will melt in your mouth, okay? Just trust me on that. Number 6 reason, fuel costs. Fuel costs. I was just in Dallas the other day. Gas was $1.89 a gallon. California, $3.39 a gallon. It's almost double the price. Just everything's cheaper in Texas, guys. Everything. Fuel. There's no state income taxes. It's just free. Oh, God. I'm telling you. So anyway, number 7, free militia. Now, I know that's kind of a new one, but I got an email on a comment on my last thing, and the guy goes, we have a free militia, 250,000 strong in the state of Texas. Now, I can't verify that, but that's a hell of a militia. I mean, the mentality of Texans is, bring it on. Bring it on, baby. We're sick of these leftists in California and telling us how we're going to live our life over here in the South. That's why we have an electoral college. That way, it's not a popular vote elects the president. That way, one state can't tell the rest of the country how to live. Otherwise, you would have California California would be telling everybody how to live. They're already trying to tell everybody how to live, but it's not the right way. So anyway, number 8, fantastic people. Texans are great. Look at me, aren't I fantastic? People are just great in Texas. They're fantastic. I mean, if you have a flat on a road or your car breaks down, it probably won't take 1 or 2 cars for somebody to pull over and ask if they can help you out. It's just how Texans are. They're fantastic people. And guess what, guys? There's fantastic people all over this country. Louisiana, Alabama, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, Kansas. If I didn't mention it, it's not that I didn't mean to, but there are fantastic people all over this country. It's just a few states with a majority of people in a few states that are screwing up our country. You guys got to realize that in California, I know California, and the reason I'm in California, guys, I sell a lot of shelters here, but I have a door business here. But I am a Texas LLC. My company's based in Texas, but I have an office in California now, and I have a door business here. And we make these fancy front entry doors for homes all over the place. I actually started the industry. Now it's $1 billion industry, but the Chinese have knocked me off, and I'm just a tiny part of it. But it's the same thing with the shelters. I'm creating an industry by making affordable shelters that everybody watching this video can afford. So if you're a guy making $25 an hour or you're a guy making $25,000 a month, you can afford a shelter from me. So I have a shelter for everybody. It used to be kind of biased where only the millionaires were buying bunkers, but I have changed it, kind of like Henry Ford made the Model T so everybody could have a car, not just the wealthy. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it affordable for everybody. And if you can't afford it, my channel is trying to give you guys tips on how you can do it yourself and save money. It's not always about making money. It's about helping you guys save yourself, okay? So stay tuned to this channel. Like I said, guys, if you're not already subscribing to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you like this video, like it and share it. Let other people know about us. You know what? We are now 57,000 strong. That's how many subscribers we got in 6 months. That means almost 10,000 people a month are subscribing to this channel. Said they apparently like the message that we are all bringing together. So let's stick together and let's share my videos and let's become a bigger, stronger nation, and we'll fight this tyranny that's taken over our country. All right, number 9 reason, fun shopping. I got to tell you guys about this store. I have literally now found my favorite store. I have a couple favorite stores. I do like that Major Surplus and Survival here in California because it's just a prepper store and they have everything. But in Texas, actually there's 5 states that has a store, but there's a store in Texas called Atwood's. This place has everything. They have guns, boots, food, chicken feed. They sell chickens. They have gun safes. They sell blue jeans, t-shirts, plumbing supplies, welding supplies, camping supplies, lights, knives, everything. if you've never been to an Atwoods, next time you're in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, and I'll forget the other states. They're actually in 5 states, but I thought they were only in Oklahoma and Texas, but I called them and asked them. There's 63 locations, but Atwoods, and I'll show some footage of it here. You see, I'm walking through the store. They have all this stuff in there, but Atwoods is so much fun. And I'm based outside of Dallas in a town called Sulphur Springs, and there's an Atwoods in Sulphur Springs. And I went in there about 2 months ago and was like, this place is cool. But I went back in there the other day and I took my camera with me and I shot some video, and I'm actually going to make a video just on this Atwoods. I mean, seriously, guys, if SHTF ever happens, just go to Atwoods. They have everything. I tell you, just stay in the Atwoods. I think that's why they say the Walmarts are going to be the FEMA detention camps, because they could put people in there and they have all the food to feed them already. So I think that's why Walmarts are designated as potential FEMA camps for the future. But anyway, all right, number 10 reason, fellowship halls. Now, a fellowship hall is a place in a small town, and all small towns in Texas have a fellowship hall where people can meet and get together. But another thing about Texas, we have massive fellowship halls. We have churches like Lakewood in Houston with Joel Osteen with 43,500 members. Second Baptist Church in Houston with like 30-some thousand members. We have massive fellowship halls and incredible Christians and such a great base of people. And if you're watching this video and you're not a Christian, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? The good thing about a Christian is they treat everybody the same. They treat everybody fairly. We would hope you would find religion in your life. We all want you to be a Christian, but you know what? If it's meant to be, God will find you, or you'll find God. Okay, well, actually, you need to seek Jesus Christ, and if you seek Jesus Christ, you will find him. And when you find him, you'll have a better life, I promise you. I did, and I'm a happier person for it. The next reason, number 11, friendly neighbors. Now, when I say friendly neighbors, I'm not talking just about the people that are in the house next to you. I'm talking about Texas is surrounded by friendly states. We have Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana. Now, we got New Mexico over to our left, and it did go blue in the last election. It's not a red state, but realistically, there's good people in New Mexico, and it's very open. It's not too dense of population. So Texas is kind of shielded by all these border states. So if there was ever a civil war and the Union Army of California or New York tried to come into Texas, they would have to go through all these other states first, and these other states are our allies. Okay, so it's one thing to remember, because everybody wants to move to Texas, guys. I'm telling you. Number 12. Y'all like this one. Fine-looking people, okay? We got fine-looking ladies and fine-looking gentlemen, okay? And they're very polite, and they'll treat you well. I have yet to meet a kid in Texas that doesn't say yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. I have yet to meet a kid in California ever to say yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. People out here, where I'm at today, they don't have any manners. They don't have any proper manners anyway, not like Texas. You ask any kid from high school, kid, where is that your house over there? Yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. They're very polite. That's just how they're raised in Texas. You'll like how they're raised. So, number 13, free. Well, it should be more like freedom, because you are free to do things that you can't do in some other states, okay? Like drive around in the back of a pickup shooting at coyotes at night with a spotlight. Completely legal in Texas. Completely illegal in California. Probably New York, probably Illinois, you know. Guys, if you live in one of those states that restricts you from having fun, you know, our prayers are out to you guys. We feel for you. It's sad because we are free in the state of Texas to like live life and not worry about, oh my God, are we creating a felony by what we're doing? Yes, you would have a felony in California if you drove around with a loaded gun in your car shooting at coyotes. That's sad, but that's California, okay? So just remember that. You're free to do things in Texas that would be considered illegal or felonies in some other states. Now, most states are free to do that, but these damn diehard anti-gun states, that's how they are. Okay, number 14, Federal Border Patrol. Now, Texas is not a safe haven state, and there are no safe haven cities in Texas. So I saw a lot of comments from you guys about illegals coming over from Mexico. If they get caught in Texas, they get sent back. This is not California in Texas. There are no safe havens. Illegals get turned around, and Texans the Texans are just doing it right, guys. Okay, as in people in Arizona, they're doing it right, and the only state that's really letting people have a free path to work and citizenship or whatever is California. They're just letting them flood over, you know. It's sad, but the state budget in California is $200 billion a year. And out of that state budget, $35 billion is designated just to pay the cost of illegal aliens. So that's 17.4% of the state budget is just for illegal aliens. Isn't that horrible? I mean, that's money that could be used for American families. But no, we have to spend $35 billion a year in this state here for illegal aliens. It's stupid. It's stupid. And that's just the people, the representatives in California are stupid. Now, guys, California is 60% Democratic and 40% conservative. There are a lot of conservative people in the state of California that agree with you guys in Texas on everything. Matter of fact, Bakersfield, California is the second most conservative city in the entire United States. And you're like, how is that possible? Guys, the libtards or the liberals are only right on the coast. That's Los Angeles and San Francisco. Orange County is conservative. San Diego, for the most part, is conservative. Bakersfield is conservative. It's just San Francisco and Los Angeles has such a dense population of libtards and illegals and whatever that make it tilt to the left. But there's a lot of people over here that are very conservative, that are just like you guys. So don't put down on all the Californians. Just put down on the ones that you see on the news and the guys on CNN. Of course, now those guys on CNN are up in Atlanta or up in Washington, and I can't stand CNN. God, they are just trying to twist and warp the minds of everybody watching it. If you want some honest TV, I hate to say it, guys, you got to watch Fox. At least they're fair. So you guys who are watching this video who disagree with me, well, we're in America. We have the right to disagree. But anyway, but you know what? We're fair, and we welcome you to our channels, and we welcome you to our country. Number 15, football. We got two NFL teams. We got the Dallas Cowboys, and we got the Houston Texans. So you states that don't have any NFL teams or whatever, we do have some good football. And being a lifelong Dallas Cowboys fan, I tell you what, I live for Sundays, and I do enjoy my football. All right. Number 16 reason you want to be in Texas before SHTF. Fishing. Gulf of Mexico and the Gulf Coast of Texas has incredible red fishing, speckled trout. It is just a fisherman's paradise on the Gulf Coast of Texas. Now, I live literally 40 feet from the water. My house is one of these houses. It's on stilts. It's a two-story house. I live right on the water, and I got a boat literally 40, 50 feet from the end of my driveway. And I wake up every day to seagulls and pelicans, and the water's right there. But I also have to deal with a hurricane. Luckily, the hurricane that hit me last year didn't do that much damage to my house. It did do some, but it wasn't too bad. But fishing's incredible in Port O'Connor, Texas. That's where I live, by the way, which is about an hour from Victoria and near a town called Port Lavaca. But anyway, number 17 reason. This almost goes along with fishing, but it's a thing called floundering. Okay? Floundering is when you go out in a boat at night, you have lights, they shine in the water, and a flounder is a flat fish that lays on the bottom of the sand bed, and you have a gig, and you're going around, and you're trying to spear the sucker. When I was a kid, there wasn't any limit on floundering. We could go out on a good night and get 70, 80, 90 flounder. And back then, you could go sell them. Now I think there's a limit on them of like 10. So it's not like it used to be. Things were pretty good when I was a kid. I mean, the limit on ducks was 10 ducks, and now it's 6. The limit on redfish was like unlimited, and now it's like 2 or 3. It's changed a lot in my lifetime. Okay, Number 18 reasons you want to be in Texas is 40. As in 40 Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, America's sweethearts, the often imitated, never equaled, Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
Oh yeah, America's team has some good-looking cheerleaders. I tell you what, there's nothing more fun to go to Jerry Jones Stadium and go to a football game and see the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. They're fantastic. Who doesn't love them? They're good-looking, they're precise, and sometimes I watch the football game, but most of the time it's hard not to sit in front of the cheerleaders and not watch them because they're just the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, and I love them. They're great. Number 19 reason. Fowl, as in waterfowl. Duck hunting, goose hunting. I live for it. As you can tell right there, things to do, go duck hunting. Cling ducks, go duck hunting again, buy another gun. I live to duck hunt, guys. That's my thing. I duck hunt, I goose hunt, I go to Canada. I got a house up in Canada. I go up there and I hunt all September and all October. I hunt every single day. I live for hunting ducks. And Texas has great waterfowl shooting, especially down on the Gulf Coast where I'm at. Lots of redheads, but we have private land, and we do get lots of gadwall and teal. We don't really get any mallards, but we get lots of shoveler. I had one hunt. I'll show a picture right here. Look at this. I got all shoveler drakes. Now, how cool is that? That's the only time in my life I've ever gone hunting and shot all shoveler drakes in a perfect plumage with green heads and white everything. Isn't that cool? That was an awesome day. So I love the waterfowl hunting in Texas. And number 20, the last reason, and it's the most important reason. Our founding fathers' vision is still alive in Texas, and the Constitution is still intact. So Texas is still doing things right the way our forefathers counted on us to do. And you feel like you are free when you're in the state of Texas. And I feel constricted when I have to come to California and abide by their own state laws because they don't follow federal law. That's why they have illegals running around here everywhere. And that's why marijuana is legal here. They have their own laws. They don't care about federal laws. They do what they want. They don't listen to the federal government. And that's why Trump keeps threatening to cut them off. Guys, I think we should all allow California to succeed from the United States, to form its own country, to do whatever they want. They actually want it here. These people want to be their own country. And I say, let's let them do it. I don't know about you guys, but a thumbs up means let's let California be its own country. And if you give me a thumbs down, that means you don't agree with me. But anyway, I hope I see a lot of thumbs up. Anyway, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is one of them fun ones I like to make. And as always, guys, I love having you come in. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I put out videos 2 to 3 times a week. I love having you guys here. I feel like we're family. You have always got a safe place with me here. And you know what, guys? I want to say God bless Texas and the flag of Texas. And to all the other states that stand with Texas, we salute you. Guys, as always, love you. See you on the next video.